Hello everybody and welcome back to Eastburn Models. Today we're going to be going over the Vallejo, the shifters, the colour shifting paint. So I did try some other paints before and I never really got the colour shift I wanted because of the brand it was. But we tried on the previous video, we tried some of this Airbrush paint, but I never really got a colour shift on it at all, and it come out so much different colours, and a lot of them come out the same really. So what I did is I went and got some Vallejo, the shifters. So we'll give these a crack over today. Now they all come with a ball bearing in them, so we've got to make sure we give them a good mix. Now these have all had a good mix up already, and the colours we're going to be using, we've got a pale blue with gold, so it's gold with pale blue. Then we've got a pearl and violet, so the colour shift on that. The colour shift on this one is silver and pink, so we'll be giving that one a go. Then we've got golden yellow, burnt orange, and violet and old copper, and old silver, pale violet. And we're going to be spraying these little characters that I've got from an old chess set that I had. These were pawns for it. I think the medieval stuff, Vikings and stuff like that. So they've already got, now colour shift works better on gloss black, so I went over with them with primer, the gloss black primer from Vallejo. So we're using the same brand of paint. So they've all had their coats now, so we'll get set up and come back and we'll give these a whirl. Okay, so now we've all prepped and set up. Now we're going to be starting off with silver pink, and again it's the Vallejo, the shifters. So we've got the spray booth on, we've got the flasher on, so we'll go over and give it its first coat. And then we'll let that flash off. Okay, so we're going to go over and give it its second coat now. And that's the second coat. So what we'll do, we'll let that flash off and we'll come back with a different colour. Okay, so we're going to be going on to gold yellow and burnt orange this time. So we'll get that fired up. Again, light coat for first coat, just to get it. Oh, you can really see the difference with these Vallejos. Really see the difference straight away. So we'll let that flash off. Okay, so we'll go over and give it a second coat now, but instantly you can see the difference in that right away. That's just on the first coat. So we'll go over and give it a second coat. Again, just taking your time. and we'll let that flash off again. Okay, so we're now going to be going on to the gold and pale blue shifter. So we'll get that fired up, just move that out of the way. Again, so same process, a light coat to start with. And you can instantly see the change in the colour. So we'll let that flash off. Okay, so we're going for the second coat now. And there we go. So what we'll do, we'll get cleaned up and come back with the next colour. Okay, so now we're moving on to the violet and old copper. So again, we'll go in light coat. Beautiful purple as it stands at the moment. Okay, so we're going with second coat now. And there we go. So we'll let that flash off and then we'll come back with the next colour. Okay, so we're now moving on to the pearl and violet. So we'll put that over here and we'll give this its first coat. And we'll let that flash off. Okay, so we'll go and give this a second coat now. And we'll let that flash off. Okay, so now we're back with the final colour now of these shifters. And this is old silver with pale violet. So we'll give that a go. I'm really impressed with the colours that have come out on these. Really impressed. So again, we'll just do a light coat to start with. And we'll let that flash off. Okay, so we'll go over its second coat. And there we have it. Some of them cover quicker than others. But yeah, really nice paint. So what we'll do, we'll get these through the dehydrator for about 20 minutes and we'll come back and then have a look at the colours. Okay, so we're back at the booth now. They've all had 20 minutes in the dehydrator, so they're completely dry now. So we'll start working from the colours. Now they did come out really nice. The camera does not do these paints any justice whatsoever, because what you can see is not what I'm seeing, generally speaking, when they're in the flesh. They're absolutely stunning, and the shift in the colour is fantastic. But like I said, the camera sometimes don't pick that up. It's the lighting and everything like that. But you've got to try these paints for yourself. Now, normally speaking, you won't be painting a full colour on a full model, should I say. One colour. You'd be touching it in with certain, like the the way the skirts are on the warriors, you'd just do one of them, or if you had a superhero or something like, you'd do the cape in it or something like that. You wouldn't, generally speaking, put them all the same colour. This is just to try the shifters out, that's all. But like I said, don't be fooled by the colours not looking right on the camera. They're absolute, these alone are stunning colours, absolute stunning in the naked eye. So we'll start off with, this is the Vallejo, the shifters, they're all the shifters. This is gold and pale blue. Now, to be fair, it's not really a gold, I mean a blue, it's more of a green, but I can see the gold in it as I'm moving it around. You'll be able to tell more on the base of everything, but I can see the slight tint of hue of gold in it. It's more of a green, even though it does have a hint of blue every now and again. But just to look at it from the naked eye, it does look like a metallic green, but it's actually, on a certain light, it turns blue. But yeah, it's turned out really nice as that, really nice. And then we move on to the next one, which is the old silver and pale violet, and that's what we've got here. So I can see the silver in it, definitely. The shine on it is silver from the naked eye. It's got a really nice silvery shimmer to that one. But it really looks, like I said, you'll be able to tell more on these. When the light comes down, it looks silver on the actual model itself. It's a nice reflective as well. It really does look nice, does that. And then we move on to the silver pink, is this one. Now again, you can see there's more of a silver in this one, but there is a hint of pink into it, and you can see, like I said, I just don't know how well it's going to pick it up on the camera, but it really is a nice colour shift in there on that model. Yeah, I can see it absolutely perfect here, the shifting of the paint. So yeah, it'd look nice if all the skin were a different colour, and then it'd probably stand out more. But because we've blasted it all one colour, you kind of struggle really. But if I'd have just done his robe, then I'd have seen that, and all this were pink and black hair or something, and then he's got his boots on. So yeah, but just that on its own, I can see the reflection in the kneecaps and on top of the boots and the sword, and just the top of the forearms and everything like that, and his shoulders. I can see all the reflection on that, all the colour shift. It's two different colours. So that's that one. The next is pearl violet. Again, really nice shine, really nice. The reflection, yeah, I can see the pearl in it, and it's definitely got a violet colour. But yeah, really shiny, really nice paint, really nice. And then we're moving on to the violet and old copper, is this one. So again, yeah, I can see the old copper now here, on his skirt, on his robe. I call them skirts, but it's actually a robe. I'm sure back in the day, I don't think they'd have been too impressed if I called them a skirt. But yeah, you can just see the shift in all the colours now when you move it up and down. But yeah, so that's that one. And then we're moving on to the last one, which is the gold yellow, and it's burnt orange. So as you can tell, we can see it's got burnt orange straight away from a certain light. But yeah, that's nice, is that one. Really nice. But as you can see, more so on these flat surfaces here. Really nice looking paint is that. I really like the colour shift. Now, I did thin these down by, I put for every 10 drops of paint, I did put 2 drops of my thinner in, my homemade stuff, just to allow it to flow a little bit better, because I was using a cheaper brush for throwing these paints out, so I wanted it to make sure that it would go through smoothly and consistently, so I dropped a couple of drops of thinner. I like to do that with a lot of my paints anyway, but to spray them, absolutely perfect spraying. It never clogged the needle up or anything. It was really nice paint to spray. Now I'm sure you can put these straight through, like any Vallejo, you could put them straight through your gun. It's just preference that I could always put a couple of drops through the gun, through the paint as well, just to help them, that's all, to allow. If I don't use the thinner, I'll use the Vallejo Flow Improver. I'll use a bit of that, and that's what I'll use to thin them, because it's only a couple of drops, just to allow it to come out more consistent. But yeah, absolutely stunning paints, absolutely stunning paints. I'm going to get the other set. There's a couple more sets I want, so I will be getting them ones, and we'll be going over them as well. So that's it. That's just a quick video. Thanks for watching, and there'll be a next one coming out. I've got some automotive paints, some cellulose paints, thinner paints. I've got Cadbury's purple, and I've got electric blue. So we'll be coming back with them and trying them out and seeing what they look like. So yep, stay tuned everybody, and thank you for watching. Take care.